looking at companions from the Spider-Man Holiday Special, which is from 1995.
Okay, Spider-Man Holiday Special. I'm guessing lots of action, maybe some cheesy holiday cheer.
You'd think, right? But, and here's the twist, it's actually a really quiet and touching story about Willie Lumpkin.
Willie Lumpkin, wait, the mailman.
The one and only. And it's not about him getting caught in some Spidey villain scheme or anything. It's about him dealing with loss and, well, finding some unexpected connection during the holidays.
Wow, that's not what I would picture at all for a holiday special, let alone a Spider-Man one.
Right. It's actually really beautifully done. So for anyone needing a refresher, Willie's the mailman in Peter Parker's old neighborhood. Friendly face, always got a joke, that kind of guy.
Yeah, I remember him. Mostly played for laughs, right?
Exactly. But this story, it's like really gave him the spotlight and said, okay, let's explore something deeper here. And it works. The story isn't really about Spider-Man at all. It's about Willie visiting Aunt May's grave around Christmas.
Oh, wow. That's heavy, especially for a holiday story.
It is, but it's handled so well. You can just feel the weight of her absence on him. And the art, and it really adds to that feeling. The cemetery setting, usually pretty somber.
Yeah, bare trees, cold stone.
Right, but here, there are these hints of greenery, like life pushing through. It's subtle, but it kind of reinforces this idea that even in loss, there's still that potential for growth, for new beginnings.
I like that. That's a really nice touch, not just hammering home the sadness.
Exactly. Right. But it really captures that feeling of missing someone, especially during the holidays.
Absolutely. That time of year can really magnify those feelings of loss.
So there's Willie feeling all this grief. And who does he bump into at the cemetery? But another mourner. A woman named Doreen Greenwald.
Doreen Greenwald. I don't recognize that name. Is she a known character?
Not really, and that's part of what makes this encounter so interesting. It's not some big superhero team up. It's just two ordinary people finding solace in a shared moment of grief.
That's really powerful, actually. Two strangers brought together by circumstance.
And there's this little detail that I love. Willie brought a rose for May. Right. And a gust of wind comes along and blows it right over to Doreen.
Whoa. Okay, now that's either some clever symbolism or just plain fate.
Right. It's almost like May herself is orchestrating this connection from beyond the grave. I mean, talk about a holiday miracle.
Okay, I'm officially hooked. What happens next?
So they start talking, and Doreen, she's just this incredibly warm and optimistic person. Even though she's clearly grieving too, and you could almost see the color returning to Willie's world as they chat. It's really sweet.
That's the thing about shared grief, right? It can be incredibly isolating, but when you find someone who understands, who's going through something similar, it can be such a lifeline.
Totally. It's like that recognition that you're not alone in your pain creates this instant bond. And you know what? This is a Spider-Man comic, right? But this moment, it just feels so human, so relatable. It could be happening to anyone, anywhere.
It's a reminder that these big superhero universes, at their best, they reflect something real about our own lives, even if it's happening next to a guy swinging from webs.
Exactly. So the story ends with Willie accepting Doreen's invitation to help her with some holiday shopping.
Oh, that's nice. Just a simple, everyday gesture.
Right. And it's not some grand romantic gesture or anything, but it feels like a real step towards healing, towards companionship for both of them.
I like that it's not overblown. It feels genuine, true to the characters and the tone of the story.
Yeah. And it reminds us that finding connection doesn't always have to be about these huge life-altering events. Sometimes it's the small gestures, the shared moments that make all the difference.
Companions, right. That title really hits home now. It's about finding those connections, those companions in unexpected places, especially when we need them most.
So I guess the big takeaway here is that even a seemingly minor character like Willie Lumpkin can have a story that resonates deeply with us.
Absolutely. And it reminds us that loss and loneliness, these are universal experiences. But so is that potential for healing, for finding new connections, and that can be especially important during times like the holidays when those feelings can be even stronger.
It makes you think about those unexpected connections in your own life, especially during times of grief or loneliness. Have you ever had an experience like that, where a chance encounter, maybe when you least expected it, led to something meaningful? I know I have.
It happens more often than we realize, I think. But we have to be open to it, to those possibilities.
Yeah. We got to keep our eyes open, our hearts open. You never know where you might find solace and connection. It might be in the pages of a Spider-Man comic book.
No, that's a twist I didn't see coming.
It's a beautifully simple story,
Yeah.
but with a really powerful message. And it makes you wonder, what other hidden gems are out there just waiting to be discovered in this amazing, sprawling world of comics? Keep exploring, friends. Until next time.